Time now for the morning rush.
Let's start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. We'll begin with our next big weather maker. That's not moving until Sunday. So for today, we've got plenty of sunshine, just a little bit of a mix of sun and clouds. I'm hoping by Saturday night into Sunday morning, we can actually start to squeeze out some snow over our northern mountains in southern Colorado. We'll keep you updated on that. Crystal?
Thanks so much, Kristen. As you get ready to head out the door, we're following the day's top local stories. We start with Catherine Mazzone.
Happening today, the community continues to mourn the loss of 3 children killed in a murder-suicide. Many gathered here in Civic Plaza last night for the lighting of this angel tree. The faces of those 3 young children, most recently lost to violence and abuse here in Albuquerque, are depicted on the tree's ornaments, as well as the faces of other young victims like Omari Varela and Victoria Martins. The tree here in Civic Plaza is expected to remain through the holidays. Fernanda?
Today, a drunk driver who killed a UNM student and former high school football player will learn his sentence. It's been nearly a year since Robert Lucero drove drunk and hit 19-year-old Jacob Salazar head-on, killing him. In August, Lucero pled guilty to vehicular homicide and DWI. Today, he's facing a maximum sentence of 6 years. The family has been preparing to speak today at the sentencing. We will be there and bring you an update. Crystal?
An MDC transport officer currently on administrative leave and is facing aggravated battery and kidnapping charges for allegedly roughing up an inmate. Last month, 26-year-old Christopher Facey told his supervisor he was involved in an incident with a male inmate. That prompted an investigation and led to charges. Officials have not yet released details of the incident.
President-elect Donald Trump travels to Grand Rapids, Michigan today, the 4th stop of his Battleground State Thank You Tour. At a rally in Des Moines, Iowa yesterday, Trump touted his selection of Iowa Governor Terry Branstad as U.S. ambassador to China. Earlier, the president-elect tapped fast food CEO Andrew Pezder to serve as his labor secretary.
New this morning, South Korea's president stripped of her power and is being forced to pass on authority to the prime minister, at least for now. Country leaders voted to impeach their president after allegations that the country's leader and a longtime friend were extorting money from companies. Then she's accused of giving that confidant sway over government decisions. The impeachment decision is not final, though. The Constitutional Court will have the final say. It now has up to 180 days to determine whether to officially end her presidency.
Happening today, the New Mexico's new Secretary of State-elect Maggie Toulouse-Oliver will be sworn in and will take office immediately. Toulouse-Oliver will be transitioning from county clerk to Secretary of State and starting her new job today, filling in the remaining 2 years left vacant by former Secretary of State Diana Duran. She's replacing Brad Winter, who was appointed by Governor Susana Martinez. Toulouse-Oliver beat out Republican State Rep Nora Espinoza. What Toulouse-Oliver's plans are to work on while serving, coming up in the 5 Facts. Kristen?
Today's Metro Threat Index added 2. The only thing we're going to be watching for here in Albuquerque will be those cold temperatures we have out there now. Feels like temps still down to the 20s, but we recovered nicely this afternoon, getting back into those 40s, and then the 50s will follow. Just a quick heads up, though, Central Mountain Chain and Eastern Plains, you have strong winds headed your way on Sunday. We'll keep an eye out and let you know if we hear of any damaging reports. Adam?
The world's tallest animals are in the process of what some experts call a silent extinction. The International Union for Conservation of Nature says wild giraffe populations have plunged dramatically over the last 30 years by up to 40%. The report found that there were 163,000 giraffes in 1985, now just over 97,000 last year. Giraffes are now rated as vulnerable on the official watch list of threatened and endangered species worldwide.
That's so sad.
It is.
All right, moving on to this story. Get ready for more chatter on the next airplane flight. The government is proposing that airlines let passengers make phone calls during flights using Wi-Fi. Even though flight attendants and others say the calls could be disruptive, airlines would have to warn travelers they allow calls before they buy their ticket.
I don't know what I think about that.
I don't know if I'm on board.
Let's get on to the traffic situation this morning. And here's what it's looking like on the road across the metro. Things are looking really good. We don't have any major reports of any incidents that might block your way so far. If anything does come up, you'll hear it right here on KRQE this morning.
Here's an interesting story. Soon you could see a bed and brew in the Duke City. The city's Environmental Planning Commission approved a request by Jesse Heron yesterday to rezone his home near 12th and Bellama. He wants to use it as a bed and breakfast type establishment that also sells beer and wine. It would be called Painted Lady Bed and Brew. Heron still needs a liquor license from the city.
In just hours now, your first chance to check out Carlsbad Cavern's Rock of Ages tour. This annual tradition gives visitors the chance to meet some people who helped weave the national park. The tour, which runs through next weekend, will conclude with a recreation of the historic Rock of Ages ceremony, which was regularly conducted in the big room during the 1930s and 40s.
It sounds like a rock concert, doesn't
I know it does. That's what I thought
yeah.
They should invite Mick Jagger.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, time now for the 5 facts.
Start with number 5. An Albuquerque man is raising donations this morning, aiming to help homeless kids. Van Overton says he was inspired to become an advocate for kids after the death of Victoria Martins. Overton's group is holding its first benefit this Sunday. All of the money raised is going to the APS Title I Homeless Project. If you want to find out how you can help, go to our website, KRQE.com.
And number 4, getting your tax return may take a little longer early next year. The IRS says many refunds will be delayed due to new laws and identity theft safeguards. If you file your taxes in January, those who claim the Earned Income Tax Credit or the Additional Child Tax Credit might not see their tax refunds until mid-February at the earliest.
At number 3, warmer temperatures statewide with a good amount of sunshine overhead. Tomorrow's looking to be even better as the 50s return to the metro. But keep in mind, on Sunday, we'll be watching for some spotty snow showers over the northern mountains, a rain snow mix possible over the northwest, and strong winds expected over the central mountains.
Number 2, in just hours now, Maggie Toulouse Oliver will take the oath of office as New Mexico's new Secretary of State. Just after the November election, Toulouse Oliver told News 13 her priority will be, quote, bringing faith and trust back into our election system here in New Mexico. She also told us she'll work on legislation to create an independent ethics commission to help keep politics out of decision making. The swearing-in ceremony is set for 4 p.m. today.
Number 1 now, the Department of Justice is now investigating allegations that the Albuquerque Police Department altered or possibly deleted body camera video. Former police records custodian Reynaldo Chavez claims the department trained certain staff to edit videos of interactions with civilians. Chavez's allegations included claims that video showing the events surrounding the 2014 fatal shootings of 19-year-old Mary Hawks and law enforcement informant Jeremy Robertson had been tampered with. If you want to read more on this story, go to our website, KRQE.com.
We hope to join us on Fox New Mexico right after the break. KRQE continues. KRQE This Morning continues there.
We're getting fit. It's Good
yeah.
Friday. Don't forget about that. See you on the other side.